Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have any idea what time it is? It's time for We Gotta Talk, damn it. All right. Hello and welcome to We Gotta Talk, damn it, a podcast where common sense and logic rule. I'm your host, Freddie Mac, or you can call me Freddie Mac-a-lack attack. Just don't call me late for dinner. Because I like eating. That's why I work out so much. But anyway, a lot of stuff is going on in this country, and who would have thought that we'd be in a place like this where we're still debating about guns, we're still talking about Trump. That's why after this podcast, the rest of the month, it's all going to be positive, happy stuff on this podcast. I got some great guests coming on. We're just going to talk about inspirational stuff, inspiring stories, friendships, just some positive stuff. So if you want to come on the show, if you live here in Michigan, you're local, you can come in studio. If not, we could always do a Zoom podcast, which is how we work nowadays, right? That's how we connect around the world is through Zoom. But my last podcast, needless to say, I was pissed, just like the rest of the country, probably the rest of the world, looking at the United States, wondering what the hell is going on here with this obsessed, unhealthy gun culture that we have going on in this country. Now, I did a podcast on it, so I'm not going to go off on a tangent again about that. It's my last podcast. It's called Guns versus Masks. And of course, it's tagline, hashtag Oxford Strong. So, take a listen to that podcast and let me know what you think. All you got to do is Google We Gotta Talk, damn it. And it's GOTTA, We Gotta Talk, damn it. And you'll be able to find all the platforms to listen on, as well as YouTube channel. So subscribe, hit the notification button so you get upcoming events. And who am I? I'm Freddie Mac. I'm an average guy that decided to start a podcast. I like debating. I like talking. I like critically thinking things out. I'm not Jordan Peterson, who's a super smart, intelligent guy, clinical psychiatrist, all that stuff, psychologist. I'm none of that, right? We're just average people trying to figure this out. And that's how I believe we're going to figure things out, right? We don't necessarily need professionals, people with PhDs and doctorates and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong. I listen to them. Don't get me wrong. I believe in them. I believe in medicine. I believe in what they have to say. But sometimes we got to bring it down. Just bring it down to the average person to see how they're feeling, what's on their mind, and let's dissect it and use a little common sense, a little bit of logic to figure this mess out that's going on in this country. So what I want to talk about here real quick is that I am going to retract something that I said in my last podcast. And it was almost like a light bulb went off today and said, you know what, Fred or Freddie, you're going to have to retract what you said because it's not accurate. And what I said was, I'm not going to blame the politicians for the gun culture that's going on in this country. I'm going to blame the parents for not properly educating their kids and not using common sense gun safety. And I thought to myself, you know what? Yeah, that's true. The parents are to blame, but the Republican politicians are 100% to blame for what's going on in this country when it comes to the gun culture. And they love trickle down, right? Well, it's trickling down right from them, right to the parents, and right to harming our children like never before. I just don't understand it. We didn't see this 40, 50 years ago. I'm 58 years old, right? I don't ever remember guns being an issue. Yeah, it happened, of course. I mean, stuff always happens with guns. In the history of the United States, stuff always happens, right? Kids playing with guns and accidentally getting shot. But why is it getting worse? Okay, and I talked about that on my last podcast. I don't want to get into detail about that, but we've come to a place now in society where It's okay to walk around open carry, which is legal in most states here, especially here in Michigan. It's okay to go strap on an AK-47 or an AR-15 and strut your stuff down the street. And what I can't wrap my mind around is why. What is it that they are trying to accomplish when they do something like this, right? And they probably wouldn't do it if the politicians didn't advocate it, right? They advocate this stuff. And I'm going to show a clip, okay? Well, actually, there's a link. It will show a clip of a tweet of a congressperson. I can't remember his name because it's not even worth remembering. Everybody has seen it by now. Where the whole family is holding guns. And these guns are military. I mean, we're talking machine guns. So I have to ask myself, why does an average person, an average civilian, need a gun like that? These are guns of war. And some of them are not even guns for hunting. So, and I know why. It's because the politicians are looking for a vote, and they blame the Democrats that they're going to take away their guns. Therefore, they beat their chest, America, I'm free, and they buy the biggest and baddest guns just to say, here you go, Democrats, you stupid libtards. I can buy whatever I want to buy. It's all a feeling, right? What do they blame the liberals of? Oh, your feelings are, it's all a feel. I don't care how you feel. Well, this is exactly what they're doing. It's all about feelings. You know, you can't tell me I feel I have a right to own whatever I want to own. Okay, you do, but why? Why? What do you need a machine gun in your house for? Why? I just don't understand it. So it's bizarre to me. I don't understand what the point is. I look at these people and go to myself, when they're storming the Capitol building with guns, and when they went to the Michigan Capitol building with their AR-15s and their AK-47s, I see, I'm in landscape and I see it all the time. They got the flags that say, don't tread on this, go ahead, take it away, with the AK-47 plastered on a flag. I'm like, nobody's going to take it away. And again, I don't want to get into, I addressed the mental capacity of somebody who thinks that the government's going to take our guns away. So listen to my last podcast on that. They're not going to take our guns away. It's an impossible feat. It's never going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Okay? But listen to my reasoning why it's not going to happen. But these folks, when I look at them, I never saw this when I was 10, 15, 20 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old. And it's like the last 15, 20 years, these people have been emboldened to strut their stuff with their guns. And why, though? What are you looking for? Are you looking for combat? Are you looking for war? Are you looking to shoot somebody? I mean, do you desire to shoot and kill somebody? But it's the Republicans, all for one reason and one reason only. All they do is tout a feeling, right? Don't let the Democrats take away what's rightfully yours. You're patriotic. You're American. Okay, you can own whatever you want to own, right? Sure you can. That's right. In America, you can. But what you can't do is be irresponsible. What you can't do is pass that on to your teenage kids. I know a lot of you remember, I'll tag it on my description, a link to that 9-year-old. I think it was like 10 years ago. A 9-year-old. Their parents took their 9-year-old daughter, to a gun range, legal, absolutely legal, to shoot a Uzi. Why? For what reason? I mean, I don't get it. Shouldn't these kids be home playing Uno, playing games, climbing a tree, playing hide and seek, playing with dolls? I don't know. Do 9-year-olds play with dolls still nowadays? I don't know. Shouldn't you be reading a book with them? Shouldn't you be playing catch with them? Shouldn't you be going to a pool with them, go to a picnic with them, take them to a park, go for a bike ride? I had someone say, well, Fred, it's okay. They want to teach them gun safety. For what reason? The only gun safety that they should be taught is if you see a gun, run. If I leave my gun out by accident for whatever reason, come and get me. If you go to someone's house and a gun is hanging around on a counter, feel uncomfortable and leave. Okay? The only safety I want to teach them is to look both ways when you're crossing the street. Okay? That's everyday stuff that you scream at bloody murder. How many parents have I heard scream, "No, don't run, don't run, don't run across the street. Car's going to hit you." But you're okay. "Hey, son, here's a gun for you, buddy." 15-year-olds taking guns to parents do. "Here's a gun for you, buddy." What a sick, warped, demented gun culture we live in today. Okay? So I'm retracting it. It starts at the top. And the top are our politicians that are enforcing this. They're encouraging it. Now they're having pictures. And this senator came out and said, "I would do it again." Right on the heels of a mass murder. I would do it again. So insensitive. So freaking insensitive. Who remembers Sandy Hook? Right? They're going to take our guns away. They're going to take our guns away. Obama was a president for 8 freaking years. Sandy Hook, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, got shot up. I think that was with a AR-15, right? How does a teenager get a hold of a gun? Are parents that careless? Yeah, they are. They are. Because we probably do need stricter laws. But again, here in Michigan, you don't have to lock your guns up in your home, right? And I'm not too sure that a gun law would make them do it because they're careless. They don't care. "Oh, I taught my son how to handle a gun. I taught my daughter how to handle a gun." That poor 9-year-old that was shooting an Uzi. I didn't finish my story. Sorry about that. She couldn't handle the recoil. And it shot back and shot the instructor. Now, I got to tell you, I have nothing against guns. You want to carry a gun? Carry a gun. I think everybody should carry a gun for safety in this crazy, demented world we live in. Okay? But if I were an instructor and I owned a gun shop, no way would I put a gun in a 9-year-old's hand. Listen, go play. Go play with your kids. Go read a book. Okay? Go learn world geography. Okay? Do something. You don't need to be shooting an Uzi. For what reason? I just can't wrap my mind around this. Okay? Now, hunting is different, right? You want to teach your kids to go out in the wilderness and hunt rabbits and hunt squirrels and hunt deer, hunt boar. Okay, cool. Completely different mindset, completely different narrative, completely different culture, right? It's not, here's your gun, son. Here's your gun, son. Yeah, this is how you use it. Be careful. Completely different mentality. Okay? Completely different. Wow. Hi, guys. Hey, TikTok fam. Okay? So please give me a break. We are turning into a society where we're giving our kids these weapons that they shouldn't have their hands on. Again, I'm going to repeat I get accused of repeating myself too many times. For what reason? Why do you want to put an AR? Why do you want to put an AK? Why do you want to put an Uzi in 15-year-olds, 9-year-olds' hands? For what reason? I didn't get brought up in that culture. I had no desire. My parents had no desire. My father took me fishing. My father took me swimming, went to the playground. We went vacation to Niagara Falls. These people that are doing this need to get laid. Storming Capitol buildings, strutting your stuff with ARs and all these machine guns. Jesus, you need to get laid. You have a right to have these guns. I get it. You have a right. But on the heels of a mass murder, a representative in Kentucky look it up. You know what? I'll try to insert it into this, but I'll tag it in my messages, as I said before. Everybody's got this these massive rifles and machine guns. My cousin sent that to me. He goes, I used that machine gun in war. I can't for the life of me understand why he needs it. But it's a mentality. It's a mindset. This is what the Republicans are doing to get votes. Democrats want to take these things away from you, so go get them and stick it to them. But they're not sticking anything to us. What they're doing is decaying our society, and they're killing our children. That's what they are doing. Okay? That's what they're doing. And by the way, this was on a Christmas card. This was on a Christmas card. Figure that one out. So, I mean, I think these people think they're going to go to war. I don't know. Maybe they should have went to the military. I don't know. So the only thing we need to teach our kids about guns is to stay away from them. Okay? And if you see one, be cautious and stay away from them. I mean, and again, people might say, well, Fred, you don't want them to think that guns are taboo. Yeah, I do. Actually, I do. Yeah, I just like I would encourage them to stay away from cigarettes, weed, running in the middle of the street without looking. Yeah, I would. Until they're capable enough, when they get older, they can actually think critically. And we all know that doesn't happen until you're 25, 30 years old, right? I mean, that's just a fact. Okay? So bizarre to me that grown ass adults, parents. But you know what? Hey, Republicans got what they wanted. Trickle down death. That's what I'm going to call it. Trickle down death, right? Coming from the politicians to the parents to the kids. Trickle down death. Sorry if I'm slurring my words a little bit. I got Invisalign on. Sometimes it's hard to talk. I slur a little bit. Yeah, that's gun safety to me. Stay away. Just like you want them to stay away from cigarettes. You want them to stay away from drugs. You want them to stay away from alcohol, right? It just baffles my mind, But then again, American lifestyle, I see it all the time. The parents let their kids drink at young ages all the time. Drink up, Johnny. Drink up, Johnny. I never, ever, ever party with my kids. I just don't. What example? I thought we're parents. I thought we're supposed to parent. I thought we're supposed to teach them right from wrong. I thought we're supposed to teach them to let them make their own decisions, to make good decisions. Okay? Not make decisions for them. Here's a gun. Here's a joint. I literally know parents that let their kids smoke in front of them, and they're under 18 years old. I went to Punta Cana with my son. I couldn't believe my eyes. Grown-ass adults getting sloppy, drunk, and high with their 18-year-old kids, 17-year-old kids. Yeah, they're 18, I get it. But still, what a horrible example for parents to set. And now we're giving them guns. Drinking is nothing. Have a gun, kid. Jeez, oh, Pete's. So anyway, I mean, to me, I don't know. To me, this is just common sense. It's almost like these folks with their guns now, their obsession, it's like part of their fiber, right? It's just part of their fiber. If they had their way, they'd walk into work with it. They'd walk everywhere with it if they had their way. So like it's part of their body, right? They can't do without it. Like, where's my gun? Let me look at my gun. Let me stroke my gun. Jeez, oh, Pete's. So yes, I'm retracting my statement. I said this before. I am retracting my statement that the politicians, the Republican politicians, should be ashamed of themselves. And this is the very reason why we're here. The NRA, they're a multi-million-dollar corporation. They don't want, they say they tout gun safety, but they don't. If they had their way, every single person would own a gun, and there wouldn't be any of these laws if they had their way. We know that, right? Remember Charleston Heston? Take it out of my cold, dead hands. Well, fella, if you were alive today, I wonder if you would think that again. Now, I'm not saying we need to round up and take everybody's guns away. Listen to my podcast on how I think that would be anarchy. My last podcast on that. So again, like going back to hunting, again, different mindset. You teach them gun safety. Hey, son, we're going hunting this year. Everything's locked up. Let's go. It's empty. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. But it just seems like you look at these pictures, you look at the tweets, you look at, what happened in Oxford. Parents are giving their kids guns and not even thinking twice about it. I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame. So I don't know. Yeah. What happened to, let's go play catch, son. Now let's go to a gun range at 9 years old. I don't get it. That poor 9-year-old has to live with that all her life. She's probably 19 now. I think it happened like 10 years ago. She's got to live with that her whole freaking life. And I'm gonna put a video on the description of the family, the children who forgave her and said, "Don't be upset. It was an accident," and they got to live with that, right? And again, this guy was a decorated Marine. Knew his guns ins and out. But if I were an instructor, if I owned a gun range, I don't care if it's legal or not. I'm not putting a gun, let alone a Uzi, in a child's hand. I don't understand why. Go buy them a lollipop instead of buying them a gun, for God's sake. Go take them clothes shopping. Go surprise them with a fishing pole. I can't wrap my mind around this gun obsession in this country, and I have nothing against guns. Carry, everybody should. We live in a crazy world. Wow. Grown-ass adults. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So, and, I'm sure they're going to storm the Capitol again. But, wait, that was Antifa. Oh, God, these people. Do you identify as black? I'm going to TikTok here real quick. What does that mean? What do you mean? Do I identify as black? What does that mean? What did I say to make you say that? So, and what's really funny about this gun obsession and shooting, and I've gone to a gun range and I look at some of these guys with these weapons and going, what do you use these for? I mean, really, all you need is a handgun to protect yourself. I mean, the chances of me ever having to use my handgun to defend myself is almost slim to none. It's almost slim to none. There are police officers out there, decorated police officers that saved lives, patrolled, all this stuff, never fired their gun once. And I'll go even one step further. There are police officers out there that have served their community for 25, 30 years and never had to pull their gun out of their holster. So what the hell makes all these people so special that they can give a gun to a 15-year-old, right? I can't wrap my mind around it. I just can't wrap my mind around it, okay? So, I mean, listen, if you want to buy these guns, great. I don't understand why you want to put them in the hands of children. You are setting them up. No matter how much you tell them, do it this way, don't do. They are 15 years old. 15-year-olds, teenagers, number one, lie out of their teeth all the time. And number two, they don't listen as much as you want them to. Okay? You tell them, don't go here, don't go there, don't drink. And they say, okay. And they end up doing it. What makes you think that they're not going to be stupid when it comes to guns? Hello? I mean, you are setting them up to be harmed or to harm somebody. You are increasing the odds dramatically. They're putting guns in teenagers' hands or preteens' hands is not part of life. It's not part of life. What's part of life is teaching them to be kind, considerate, help neighbor. Instead of putting a gun in their hand and taking them to go shoot a Uzi, go door to door and give out turkeys during Thanksgiving to poor people. I don't get it. I just, again, I'm repeating myself. I can't wrap my mind around this. So, sorry, my cat hacked my account. Sorry about that. I don't know what that means. Jeez, what is jeez? How you doing? Okay, again, I'm still waiting for an answer to identify as black. I don't know what that means. So, listen, if these guys want to fight, if they like guns, then frickin' join the military. Okay, I don't know what to tell you, but Again, it's a law. Sure, you can buy that stuff. Me personally, I don't know why anybody needs those guns. I, I've been trained by some of the top gun instructors in the state of Michigan, and they'll tell me the chances of me ever using my gun is slim to none. And then when you do use it, you won't even come close to emptying your magazine. So why are we giving kids all these guns? Well, we want to teach them gun safety. Well, if you didn't have the gun, you wouldn't have to teach them gun safety. Best way to teach them gun safety is say, if you see a gun, don't touch it. So what they're saying is, I want to teach them gun safety in case they do see a gun, they know not to pick it up. How about just teaching them not to pick it up? That happened to me many years ago. I told my kids, they went to a cop's house, and I went there one time and he had the gun on the counter. I said, don't you secure this? He goes, yeah, when my kids are around. The kids weren't around, granted, but I told my kids, I said, hey, if you see that gun on the counter, you come home. Just come home. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what the mental state of that person. I don't know the mental state of the kids. Just leave. Okay? Just leave. Teaching them how to handle a gun, I don't know what good that does. Okay? They should leave anyway. Right? All right. So I'm going to end this by saying again, I'm retracting my statement. Yes, the parents are to blame. They should know better, but they are being brainwashed and manipulated by who? Oh boy, my gains are high on this. I hope it sounds okay when when I upload this. Holy crap. So by who? The Republican Party. They're obsessed with guns, and really what they're doing is they're killing our children, and it's the decay of society as we know it. We have no decent decorum anymore. It's us against them. It's don't take my gun away. I mean, it's just crazy. And these people are Christians too. When I show you that picture, okay, this was a Christmas card. It was a Christmas card. Figure that one out, right? Figure that one out. All right, I'm going to end on this real quick, just so you know. Some people say, "Well, we can't have stricter laws. We already have the strictest laws around." No, we don't. No, we don't. Go to Japan. Okay, you have to apply to the police. You have to do a safety test, a written safety test, a live safety test. They do a background check. They make sure you know how to use a gun. They go through the gamut. I gotta be honest with you. When I got my CPL, I thought it was easy. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. Right? It's so easy to get a gun in this country. It's just easy. Yeah, I mean, it really is. So, yeah, we need stricter law. And what I mean by that is that, somebody mentally deranged can come in. Now, there was a guy interviewed here locally. He owns a gun range, and I'm happy about what he said. I was like, oh my God, you're kidding me. This is great. Because the reporter asked him, so do you ever turn anyone down when they want to buy a gun? He goes, all the time, every day. If they come in with a bad attitude or they say something that's a little suspicious, we will not sell them a gun. I'm like, oh, we need more people like you. Okay? But you hear what he says? You hear what he said? He said, if we think they're fishy or they don't seem right or they're not stable and they say something that's not correct, we're not going to sell them a gun. That's the same as interviewing somebody to make sure they're competent enough to have a gun. Make sure they're not mentally ill. What's wrong with that? Right? The NRA would say, well, you're taking my rights away. You're taking my rights away to own a gun. The Second Amendment. These people have perverted the Second Amendment. They don't even know what the Second Amendment means or what it is. They perverted it. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, you look at Japan's gun violence, and per 100,000 per year, it's like 0.06. I mean, it's not even one per 100,000. Per year. It's crazy. It's crazy the numbers. Now, for example, in 2020, 2020 cases alone for the whole population, 17 cases in Japan. Here, 20,000. And people want to say we don't. Again, maybe more laws won't stop that because I think it's a culture, it's a mentality. But the more laws that we have, that means we can make more people accountable. That means we can throw them in jail or make them suffer the consequences if they do something wrong. Like Michigan doesn't have any laws that say you don't have to lock up your guns around kids, and most likely they won't. So hopefully a new precedent will be set here that if you don't and a child gets a hold of your gun, you're going to go to jail. All right. So, but some people might say, well, Fred, Japan is so low. Why don't you go to move there? I don't want to move there. I like this country. I love this country. Okay? Let's really make it great. Okay? This is a great country. Is it the greatest country? I don't think so. That's a whole nother topic. But I don't want to move to another country. Okay? Well, I don't get it. If you like guns and wars, why don't you move to another country where everybody's got a gun and you can, go to the streets and walk the streets with it and maybe shoot somebody? Okay? I don't think that's what the United States is all about. The Second Amendment is about owning a gun, protecting yourself. That's it. Or, go hunting. Somehow we got to beat our chest now. Okay? I'm a Republican. Patriotism. Yeah. Anyway, listen to I wanted to make this brief because I'm retracting what I said. Republicans got exactly what they believe in, and that's trickle down. Of course, trickle down economics doesn't work, but the gun violence is definitely trickling down, and it's starting with the folks at the top. And I want you to think about this. Whenever you're arguing with somebody, they want to take your guns away. Remember Barack Obama, okay? When Sandy Hook happened, just remember, okay? He cried. He hugged these parents, okay? But he never, ever legislated gun control after that. Never, or suggested taking guns away. Never. Never, ever, ever. So this narrative that they're going to take our guns away is ridiculous. And only a pea brain would believe it. Anyway, all right, thanks, folks. Thank you, folks. Thank you for listening. Moving forward, we're going to be more positive. That's what we need. I mean, yeah, we may revisit this again because this is going to be ongoing, at least for the next 4 months or so when these folks go to trial and everything. So, but we need more happy stuff. Whether you believe in Christmas or not, or Christ or not, this is a time where, we're supposed to get along and happy and, family time and just spend, quality time with friends and family and positive vibes. And we need that more than ever, right? I mean, we need that more than ever. So, but all right. Thanks for listening. Check out We Gotta Talk, damn it. Just Google it. You can listen to it on 7 different podcast platforms. You can also listen to it on a YouTube channel, Facebook, etc. And if you want to be a guest on the show, if you want to promote a product, if you have a business that you want to promote, you have a cause, a charity, or you want to talk about one of my other podcasts, whether you agree or disagree, simply email me at Freddie, Freddy, Freddie at wegottotalkdammit.com. All right, thanks, folks. Have a great day. And remember, we gotta talk, damn it. Peace out. Thank you for listening to We Gotta Talk, Damn It. For more information on the show, please go to www.wegottotalkdammit.com. Thanks for listening.